figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. When my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's.
Gordon's got the ground game.
All right, Coach. Well, sunny Southern California is anything but on this afternoon. Gray skies and rain in the forecast here at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and our home team. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave what the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From the 44, Ryan into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
He's got it to Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. This is Gordon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Throwing, Jones. Completes it to Benjamin. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his third touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards, first down Atlanta. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Ito Smith, his first carry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Benjamin. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. The numbers a week ago from Melvin Gordon. 16 carries, 70 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often, in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
On second down now, it's Gordon.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That throw into the arms of Allen, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Falcons, nothing.
Set. 18 Gator. Check. 55 to Mike. Not today, you are. Hit it.
On second down, it's Gordon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Ready? 15.
Let's go, D. 38-yard line.
From the 38, Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Freeman again, a first down carry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He's got Sanu, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mohamed Sanu. His third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And the Falcons score to cap it off. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Melvin Gordon and the Chargers ready for their next possession. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach...
This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Melvin Ingram, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping them.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. They had it 1st and goal. 3 attempts. Couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Ryan now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it, and picked up by the Chargers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Jones. Going to throw again. Benjamin's got it. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go, man.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon. As the first half is winding down. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Ryan. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Airing it out for Olsen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So, due to time constraints, we move you forward into forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down. Ryan now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Freeman again. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. A first down carry for Smith. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ryan now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Greg Olsen. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. Nifty move. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
61, matchbox lights. Ready?
Off play action. Jones. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Ryan. And Olsen over the middle. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Gordon. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Go, go.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. Open man, it's Allen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well. But
a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Gordon. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Jones. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon. He scored on the ground and through the air. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This will be fielded at the 6. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The Falcons on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Ryan. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Fielded about a yard deep. Ooh, the juke. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Charger drive about to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Ready, ready.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
X3, 218, chop. Let's go.
Throwing Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
It's 3rd and 10.
I'm coming.
Jones, off play action. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, they'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
This one caught by Ridley. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Throwing again, Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Greg Olsen, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the 2nd half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Takk McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now a desperation throw, and that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan, he's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week.